My cousin slept with a minor and convinced her to say it was me. 2 months ago a girl messaged me and we started talking. I didn't know who she was because she didn't have a set profile picture, but she said she knew me and didn't want to reveal her identity, so I went along with it. Our conversations were pretty normal and innocent. Things were going fine and I'd felt like I'd found a friend in this girl until my cousin barged into my house and started shouting at me. He punched me in the face and told me that I needed to stay away from his girlfriend. I asked him what the hell he was talking about and he showed me her account. It was the girl I had been messaging. He told me to block her and threatened that if I didn't he'd do much worse the next time he saw me. I ended up blocking her, but 2 weeks after the incident with my cousin, she messages me from a new account, apologizing on my cousin's behalf. I asked her who she was and she told me her name was Rashad and that she was my neighbor's daughter. I immediately blocked her on this new account because I knew the girl next door had just turned 16. It took me a couple minutes to realize that my cousin was dating my 16-year-old neighbor, but when I did I debated on whether I should tell her father or not. I knew this was a stupid idea. My cousin's a dangerous guy, which led me to keep quiet about the entire thing. After I'd put this all in the back of my mind, it would later come to haunt me another 2 weeks later. I was hanging out with a friend as a car pulled up in front of us. I noticed that it was the 16-year-old girl from next door and her father. They'd walked out with 2 other men waiting in the car. Her dad told me to get in the car and told me that if I didn't do it by choice he'd force me in himself, which completely erased any hesitation I had beforehand. I entered the car and we drove far away from home and ended up in the desert. When we arrived, this girl's dad got straight to the point and asked me if I was sleeping with his daughter. I immediately denied it and tried to provide him with the honest truth that the only thing that had ever happened between us was the time we used to send messages on Facebook, but they didn't let me. They began beating me until I passed out, and when I finally woke up I was in the hospital with a few broken bones. My brother told me that our neighbor was accusing me of sleeping with his daughter. Later that day, one of my friends who was close to my cousin told me that the girl's father had a suspicion that she had been seeing someone, and when he kept pressuring her to tell him who the guy was, she ran to my cousin, and he told her to give her dad my name. Today, my brother told me her father is pressing charges against me for having an intimate relationship with a minor, and I worried that this may be my last day before I get arrested.